Good morning. I would like to offer a warm welcome to the Kents Hill staff and faculty, family members, friends, students, and most importantly, the class of 2024, the bicentennial class. It's my honor and privilege to have you join us for Kents Hill School's 200th commencement ceremony. Before we get started, I'd like to ask that we take a moment of silence to pay tribute to former headmaster Rist Bonifon. Rist passed this month, and Kents Hill was honored to host a celebration of his life on campus this week. Rist was a friend and mentor to a generation of employees and students at Kents Hill School, myself included. Rist led Kents Hill from 1990 to 2011 and was one of, if not the most influential and important heads of school in our 200 years. Please join me in a moment of reflection and gratitude to honor Rist. Thank you. Today, the class of 2024 joins 199 other classes of Kents Hill School graduates. And since 1824, Kents Hill has been and continues to be the oldest continuously coeducational boarding school in the country. May not seem remarkable to students today, but in 1824, that was a big deal. In fact, Kents Hill in the 1860s was only the second educational institution in the United States to grant university diplomas to women as part of the then Maine Wesleyan Seminary and Female College. And in partnership with the Reedfield United Methodist Church, Kents Hill was a leader in Maine and in the country in the abolition movement. Kents Hill has a 200-year commitment to our motto that one person of principle can always make a difference. This DNA remains today, and Kents Hill is committed to developing character, civic engagement, and community, while also ensuring our students are prepared to meet the challenges of the current time. Today, class of 2024, you join a network of over 4,800 living alumni have called this hill their home. Today's event will celebrate these remarkable students' graduation from high school, as well as recognize students and honor many of the class of 2024 for their academic, co-curricular, character, and leadership achievements. For most of you, graduating from Kents Hill is one of the first significant life milestones. And for some of you, it's been quite a journey. You started high school in a global pandemic. You are finishing in a world that is becoming increasingly polarized. It is a lot, but nothing you are not prepared to handle. These challenges can be found on the news and in your social media feeds, and even here on the Hill. The world is throwing a lot at you, and each and every one of you has stepped up in your own way and demonstrated the character and resilience required to get here. You did it with the love and support of your families, Kents Hill employees, most importantly, your friends. Friends whom you are sitting with, friends sitting in the audience, and friends who may not be able to be here in person. In your own way, I hope you will share your gratitude with those who have earned it. In writing, in person, a hug, a handshake, even a fist bump. Because, as always, we are stronger together. For some of you, your journey started 4 years ago when you chose to come to Kents Hill. For others, your journey may have started elsewhere, but thankfully it is finishing here on the Hill. It is a journey that for some, like me, may have taken longer than the traditional 4 years. It has been both an individual journey and a collective journey. We are here together to recognize, reflect, and celebrate it. I would also like to take a moment to thank all of the Kents Hill employees Some operate behind the scenes, and some literally on the front lines. They have worked tirelessly, running on fumes fueled by caffeine and usually their love of each of you, to support you along the way because of their belief in you and the purpose of their commitment to make a difference in your lives, for our school, and for the broader world. They have been in your corner all the time and will continue to be. I've worked at a number of schools, and nowhere have I witnessed in every corner of campus a group of employees who care so deeply and give so selflessly for the betterment of you, our students. Please join me in expressing our gratitude for all they have done. Additionally, I would like to thank all of the parents, family members, guardians, and friends who have supported each graduate to get to this point. It has been an honor and a pleasure to partner with you, and now I hope, at least for the next hour or so, you can sit back and enjoy the celebration. It is a day where we should be experiencing both joy and sadness. We'll speak for only myself, but I believe the sadness we feel is because of the meaning we have made together. I hope we can all do our best to focus on the joy today as we celebrate this wonderful group of graduating seniors. As you will note, there's one empty chair on the stage. Each year at Kents Hill School, we place one empty chair on the stage to recognize all those members of the class of 2024 who were not able to finish the journey with us, but nonetheless were still an important part of our individual and collective stories. Commencement is a bittersweet day. It's a both-and day, an ending and a beginning. We are both happy to have completed one stage of life, but sad to leave a place that has been our home. We are joyful, grateful, and for families maybe a touch relieved to reach this moment. But it also brings with it the sadness of goodbyes and departure from a place that has meant so much. I hope today that you will all leave not with goodbyes, but with see you laters. And if you are comfortable, with hugs. They last a lot longer. Today, we are leaving together, but we're all leaving well, and we will all be welcome back. Class of 24 can experience many emotions today, and I encourage you to embrace them all. Soak in your last hours on the Hill till you return for your 5th reunion, or even sooner. You have earned this moment, so enjoy it. And I will look forward to seeing each of you on the Hill again, our home away from home. Maybe even at your 5th year reunion, if Zoe will let her dad come. I would now like to introduce Reverend Tully to give the invocation.
I invite you to join me in a spirit of prayer. Creator of us all, we are filled with gratitude on this day as we celebrate our graduates. We thank you for the gift of education, for the guidance of teachers, and for the support of family and friends who companioned these students on their way. We thank you for the dedication, hard work, and perseverance shown by these young women and men that have brought them to this moment. We thank you for the lessons learned, the friendships formed, and the challenges overcome. As our graduates stand on the threshold of new beginnings, we ask that you bless each one. May the light of knowledge illuminate their paths, helping them to overcome difficulties with resilience. May they have the courage to pursue their dreams with determination, the wisdom to use what they have learned to make a positive impact in the world, and the humility to seek your guidance in all their endeavors. With hearts full of hope, we offer thanks for the journey thus far and for the promise of what lies ahead. May today's celebration be a testament to our graduates' potential and a reminder of the bright possibilities that await them. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Tully, and good morning. My name is Ben Priest. I'm Kent Hill's Dean of Academics. You'll see a lot of me today. At this time, please join me in welcoming our first senior speaker, Aidan Herbertson.
Excuse my hair, please. You know, one of the first stories that I read that really stood out to me was Luther Sampson's journey to find Kent Hill. Oh my gosh. Sorry, the introduction started the page before. As I was brainstorming ideas for this speech, I decided to take a look through Kent Hill memories, a history of Kent Hill, from 1824 to 1999, graciously given to me by Gina from our archives collection. One of the first stories I read that really stood out to me was Luther Sampson's journey to find Kent Hill. Luther was headed west from Boston by horseback, but not too far into his journey, he felt a strange urge pulling him back. So he did what any rational person would do in this situation. He let his horse decide where to go next. Fortunately, his horse chose to lead him back east to the area now known as Kent Hill School. This story got me thinking about change. Soon, I was lured down a rabbit hole of thought, which I may have taken slightly too far. As I found myself thinking about whether Washington's horse played any role in the Revolutionary War. But I eventually ended up dwelling on the idea of the butterfly effect, which is a concept that states that any small change can have massive consequences for the future. This further got me thinking about us graduates. What I concluded was that any change we make at this time in our lives will have massive effects on where we are in 10 years. This can be pretty scary. Like, what if I make the wrong choice? Or will it all go downhill? But then you can think of all the positive outcomes and possibilities there are, like becoming a professional soccer player, or completing a master's degree, or just being happy and content with yourself. I will conclude by saying that graduation today is not all about remembering the past, although it is important for us to reminisce about all the great times we spent together. Graduation is more so about looking to the future and recognizing that each and every one of the 63 graduates sitting behind me, just like the 199 classes that came before us, can make a difference, even if those differences begin as small as a single flap of a butterfly's wing or a horse's intuition. Thank you.
Thanks, Aidan. That was great. As Mr. Cheney indicated, one of the things we're doing today is recognizing our seniors for their academic, co-curricular, and community life achievements, and we will begin with our academic department awards. These awards are chosen annually by Kent Hill's teachers and department chairs, and each honors one of the most dedicated and enthusiastic scholars in that academic discipline. Seniors, when you hear your name, please come forward to receive your award. The Richard C. Fossey Award is awarded to that senior who has responded sensitively and imaginatively to the beauty and thought of great literature, and whose intellectual stimulation and growth have been reflected in the quality of his or her writing. This year's recipient is Zoe Cheney. The Environmental Studies Award is given to that junior or senior who has shown excellence in the pursuit of environmental studies and whose academic interests reflect, in the words of Aldo Leopold, the existence of an ecological conscience and a conviction of individual responsibility for the health of the land. We're pleased to give this award to Gabrielle Lewis. The Carol Heath ELL Award is given to a senior or postgraduate English language learner who has excelled while learning and absorbing our language and culture and who has made significant contributions to the life of the school. This student has eagerly embraced the challenges and rewards of learning another language and culture and has at the same time enjoyed sharing their own culture with us. This year's winner is Lucas Johannes Ryman Dubbers. The Irving H. Moore Award is given in memory of Irving Hartwell Moore to a senior with an outstanding record in mathematics. This year's recipient is Aidan Herbertson. We are giving the next two awards to the same student. Unfortunately, they are unable to be here in person today, but we wanted to make sure to recognize them. The George Dunn Award for Excellence in Theater is given in honor of George Dunn, former Kents Hill teacher, coach, director, and department chair, to the senior who has consistently contributed to the theater program with excellence through performance and student leadership. And the Gifford Giff Ewing Class of 1966 Award for 2D Art is given to the senior who is dedicated to the creative process of the visual arts and has explored a variety of fine arts mediums and techniques. This year's winner of both the George Dunn Award for Excellence in Theater and the Giff Ewing Class of 1966 Award for 2D Art is Azriel Williams. Congrats, Az. Kents Hill also gives the Guy Chip Williams Class of 1968 Award for 3D Art to a senior who, again, is dedicated to the creative process of the visual arts and has explored a variety of fine arts mediums and techniques. This year's Guy Chip Williams Class of 1968 Award for 3D Art goes to Samantha Kind. The Ella D. and William F. Morse Awards are given to seniors who have made outstanding contributions to instrumental and vocal music at Kents Hill School. This year, we are celebrating one student for her exceptional vocal achievements. Please join me in congratulating Phuong An Jenny Do. The John O. Newton Award is given in memory of John Orville Newton, beloved trustee, principal, and professor of natural sciences at Kents Hill, to that student excelling in the sciences. This year's winner is Tanner Cole. The Social Studies Award is given to that senior who has pursued a rigorous course of study within the department and has shown intelligence, character, and a love of learning while at Kents Hill School. This year's recipient is Gabrielle Lewis. One of the fun things about inventing a new academic department is that you get to invent a new award to go with it. As many of you know, 2 years ago, Kents Hill added a 7th academic department, the Technology and Engineering Department, to our program. And so we are pleased to present, for the first time, the Jeff Munson Award for Excellence in Technology and Engineering. This award is given in honor of Mr. Munson, a longtime Kents Hill School teacher, department chair, and mentor who was instrumental in creating, staffing, and equipping the TE department in its infancy. And I am really pleased to present the first ever Munson Award to Mr. Zachary Braithwood. Our final department award is the Francis A. Davis Award, which is given in honor of Francis Davis, a language teacher at Kents Hill from 1882 to 1923, and is awarded to that student excelling in foreign languages. This award often, but not always, goes to a senior. This year, our World Languages Department gave the award to a junior who received it earlier this week, and I just want to give one more shout out to Josie Sorrell. Congratulations. Kents Hill School also gives a Distinguished Scholar Award to the students from each class who has the highest grade point average. As I noted during Thursday's grades 9 through 11 award ceremony, this award is always competitive, and we are often down to the wire figuring out who the recipient is. But I'm very pleased to announce that the class of 2024's Distinguished Scholar is Morgan Townley. Congratulations. Well deserved. And now I would like to announce our second student speaker, Gabrielle Lewis.
Good morning. It's hard to believe that I am up here speaking to you all now as our final minutes as students on the Hill tick by. But it's even more difficult to believe that we were once stepping onto the Hill for the very first time. We were once the freshmen who had to hang out in the fencing studio because of space capacity laws. I remember our little group of 10 to 20 students dragging the beanbag chairs in a circle and whipping out our phones to play Among Us. Towards the middle of the year, we began playing touch football, our competitive sides coming to the surface as we damaged the surfaces of the fencing studio. But don't worry, we paid for it all. As fall turned to winter, we learned how to connect through the masks that concealed our faces. We learned how it felt to be part of a Husky team, about the Kents Hill traditions, about Louise Green the ghost, and about how the weather almost always feels 10 degrees colder on the Hill than anywhere else. We also learned which teachers would crack down on the dress code and which teachers would let a hoodie slide, and what it meant to be part of a community that, despite the challenges it was facing, cherished connection and growth more than anything. When the snow globe version of Kents Hill melted into spring, we learned Miss Chute's favorite phrase, "Don't count the days, make the days count." Even as we did our best to live by her motto, playing volleyball and football in the sun, the days flew by into summer. When the next year rolled around, we were excited to no longer be the minnows of the food chain. As we welcomed new peers into our class and our tight-knit freshman group changed and evolved, as all friend groups are bound to, we ushered in a new year of learning about more than just school subjects. We learned what it felt like to eat in the dining commons and sit in morning meeting with the entire community. We learned about the cup stacking game that most came to abhor. We learned what it meant to take more difficult classes and go out for teams and clubs that challenged us, pushing our academic and athletic limits. As junior year approached, we learned what it meant to say goodbye to exchange students, tears tracking down our cheeks as we waved them off. The following fall, we learned to be upperclassmen, becoming leaders on the Hill, applying for proctorship, and team captains. Some of us learned how to drive, while others learned how to glide over the ice at breakneck speeds. At the start of our senior year, we found ourselves in an uncertain place. With future plans up in the air, many of us worrying over our college applications. These past few months, we learned that we have someone in our corner, even at the most intimidating times. We learned that teachers, coaches, advisors, and counselors were happy to help us with exams, recruitment, and college essays, even relationships. This year, we learned how right Miss Chute was all along when she told us to make the days count. And we learned how fast time can go by. Even when the days seem long, the months are short, and now we have watched the days count down to 0. Throughout it all, we have learned about us. We have learned how to show up for ourselves and each other, how to be a friend, how we handle pressure, and how we overcome challenges. Despite everything we now know, we are still figuring out who we want to be. I believe that every one of us now has the knowledge to take on whatever we are doing next. Our courage and love of learning have brought us this far and will carry us on to future endeavors. Congratulations, class of 2024, and thank you to everyone who has taught us along the way.
Thanks, Bree. And now we'll return to our senior awards. The Girls Athletic Association Award is awarded to a multi-sport varsity female student athlete in her senior or postgraduate year based on leadership, sportsmanship, and accomplishment. This year's recipient is Sarah Maud Richard. The Liz Cross Mellon Award is given to a student in the senior class who best combines a love of snow sports with a strong commitment to good citizenship. This award is given in memory of Liz Cross Mellon, class of 1971. Our recipient is Eli Reynolds. The Rutgers Prize is awarded to a multi-sport varsity male student athlete in his senior or postgraduate year based on leadership, sportsmanship, and accomplishment. This year's winner is Tanner Cole. The Winston Taggart Award is given in memory of Winston Taggart, class of 1966, to the senior who displays outstanding academic effort and citizenship. This year's winner is Garrison Melendi. The J. Fay Luce Adele Award is given in memory of J. Fay Luce Adele, RN, class of 1945, to a student in the graduating class who has an interest in the sciences and who has demonstrated a strong commitment to serving others. This year's recipient is Eli Reynolds. The Community Service Award is given to that senior who has demonstrated core values of altruism and compassion for others, giving freely of time and energy to help those in need. I'm pleased to present this year's award to Sarah Maud Richard. The International Student Award is given to an international student in the senior or junior class who is a respected leader in the school and who has made significant academic and social contributions to the school community. This year, the Kents Hill faculty felt strongly that the award should go to a junior and a senior. On Thursday, we honored junior Ben Chapdelaine, so congratulations again. And of course, we're also recognizing one of our amazing seniors, Matthew Ayonta. The Newton Bud Brooke Award is given to the member of the graduating class who never gave up. That student who gave 110% in the classroom, on the athletic field, and in their personal life, and did it all as Bud would have done, with pride, enthusiasm, and humor. This year's winner is Tanner Cole. The Community Life Award is given annually to the senior who has contributed the most toward the community life of the school. This year's winner is Zachary Braithwood. Congrats. The Melmac Scholarship is awarded to a senior who has made a difference in the lives of others and has made a positive contribution to the school. This year's scholarship recipient is Eli Reynolds. We typically give this next award at our annual senior assembly in May. This year, on the day of that event, our recipient was busy taking an unpleasant AP exam. So we should also just acknowledge his impressive academic dedication. The James Hansen Award is given to a senior who, in the judgment of his or her classmates, best demonstrates the enthusiasm for life and love of Kents Hill that Mr. Hansen personified. The 2024 recipient is Aidan Herbertson. And I would like to note, too, that at that same senior assembly, Aidan was inducted in absentia into the Cum Laude Society, a national academic honor society, along with 10 of his peers. So Aidan, congratulations on both counts. The Head of School Award is given to a senior for displaying exemplary citizenship and pride in the school community and for achieving significant personal growth as a Kents Hill student. I always love giving this award. I am pleased and proud to be giving it to Nicole Akaho. At this time, I would like to introduce our third and final student speaker. Please give a warm welcome to Eli Reynolds.
Thank you. Good morning, parents, friends, loved ones, faculty, and the class of 2024. Core values. At Kents Hill, we talk about them a lot. As a school, we hold 10 of them, and as students, we are expected to embody them fully throughout our 4 years of high school. In the name of tradition, each freshman class engages in a debate to determine which value represents us most accurately. 4 years ago, we sat in the Bodman, each with our own opinion on what should be the value that would guide our class. Some emphasized sportsmanship, others preferred altruism, but one student was certain that perseverance was our core value. After about 3 hours of debate, most of us agreed that compassion would be our core value, though that one student remained stuck on perseverance. Although he eventually gave in and went with the crowd, when I look back on my 4 years as a Husky, I suppose he might have been right. Entering high school amidst the COVID-19 pandemic was really hard. It was hard meeting entirely new people and only knowing them from the eyes up, and it was hard to build meaningful connections while maintaining physical distance. Despite the challenges, our small class of 24 managed to bond and find the best in a tough situation. From the many hours of two-touch football in the yoga studio to volleyball games behind Donahue, we found a way to enjoy each other's company regardless of the circumstances. Upon returning to the Hill, we were welcomed by a rained-out Class Connections trip. The original plan called for camping at Rangeley Lake, but because of the rain, we camped in our very own pine grove. Despite the location change, we woke up to inches of rain in the tents, and while it might seem counterintuitive, some of us opted to sleep in the tables inside the stew rather than inside our soggy sleeping bags. Although it was certainly a tough way to start the year, our ability to find humor in a brutal situation and embrace the suck makes my memories of our trip overwhelmingly positive. In a blink, we began this year with high hopes as we entered the college application process. After months of working on applications and submitting them to the largest applicant pool in history, we remained hopeful for our outcomes. For some of us, things went to plan. For others, we had to pivot and adjust. Although some outcomes might not have been what we had dreamed of, in our typical fashion, we made the best of our individual circumstances and found gratification in the opportunities we were offered. Needless to say, our high school experience has been unique in its challenges, and our class is unique in its ability to overcome adversity. While compassion might be our class's core value, it is through perseverance that we are here today. But we didn't get here alone. Today, I am filled with an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the faculty who have worked tirelessly to support each one of us. I am grateful for my loved ones who have encouraged me, and I am so grateful for the friends who have allowed me to find myself. Today, I am confident that through hard work, a positive attitude, and a whole lot of support, each one of us will persevere and find success. Thank you all so much for being here, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Thanks again to our three wonderful student speakers, Eli, Bree, and Aiden. You guys were awesome. It's my honor to present the Graduation Day Awards today. The Lois Masterman Award is given in her memory to that female identifying member of the senior class who, in the opinion of their classmates, most exemplifies the following philosophy of living: to be helpful to others and to make something useful of my life, which was her motto. The Lois Masterman Award is presented to Gabrielle Lewis. The Class of 1913 Award is given in memory of the Class of 1913 and nominates that senior who, in the estimation of the faculty, has exercised the greatest influence for good during the year. The Class of 1913 Award goes to Aiden Herbertson. The Lydia and Luther Sampson Award is given in memory of the school's founders to the senior who has excelled in the classroom and in extracurricular activities. The Lydia and Luther Sampson Award goes to Zoe Cheney. The Knowles Prize is given in memory of Mark T. Knowles, class of 1885, and is awarded to a senior for excellence in scholarship and other outstanding merit. The winner of this year's Knowles Prize is Gabrielle Lewis. The Risk Bonifon Person of Principal Award is given to that member of the graduating class who best embodies the core belief of the school's motto, that one person of principle can always make a difference. The Risk Bonifon Person of Principal Award goes to Eli Reynolds. I would now like to welcome Dr. Priest, Dean of Academics, back to the podium. Dr. Priest will read each name marking your graduation. Assisting with the awarding of diplomas is Renee Davis, Associate Head of School.
Great. And before we begin, I'll just note that at Kensal School, we have a long-standing tradition of inviting current employees and members of our Board of Trustees to present diplomas to their graduates. This is a good-sized senior class, so we'll follow this tradition several times today. Catherine Ann Levengood. And I'd like to invite Tori Townley up front. And she is presenting a diploma to Morgan Elizabeth Townley. Jessica Ann Sanborn. Noelle Catherine Braithwood. Kara Aaron Beasley. Rosalie Lennon Lowe. Abigail Avi Graham. Phuong An Do. Nicole Sedinam Akaho. Sarah Maud Richard. And I'd like to invite Steve Eckert to the front. And he is presenting a diploma to William Boyd Eckert. Marcus Olaf Prising. Lily Danforth James. Jia Hung Ku. Gabrielle Marie Lewis. Megan Elizabeth Mitchell. Elaine Jiwen Yi. Joanne Blangino Francoli. Felix Orasa. Samantha Kind. Abigail Burgoyne. Matisse Turgeon. Hassan Sharif Ahmed. Hussein Sharif Ahmed. Alvin Jake Goria Nixon. Kalelu Omar Diawara. Excellent. Heinrich Fritz Hartje. And at this time, I'd like to invite Brian and Bailey Smith to the front. And of course, they are presenting a diploma to Ethan R.B. Smith. Lucas Johannes Ryman Dubbers. Tanner Joseph Cole. Jiayi Zhang. Tyler Donald Kwai. And I'd like to invite Josh and Becca Reynolds to the front. They are presenting a diploma to Eli Scott Reynolds. Shreyasai Kumar Mula. Norris Markle Andrews. Andre Alexis Yared. And we're recognizing the next graduate in absentia, Catherine Sarah Kwan Williams. Robert Quinn Fitzpatrick. Lucian Michael Beardsley. Aiden James Herbertson. Fernan Palmet Chamorro. Mr. Cheney's already up here, but I'd also like to invite Lisa DiOrio up front. And they are presenting a diploma to Zoe Giovanna Cheney. And I'd like to invite up Ms. Erica Chute. And she is presenting a diploma to Trevor Sanborn Chute. Cameron Mills Taylor. Dongtian Do. Samuel Stajko. Cody Robert Yancey. Joseph Akandwanaho. Edward Lewis Foster III. Garrison James Melendi. Matthew Ionta. Luke Desjardins. Casimir von Salder. Zachary Talon Braithwood. Till Rink. Aman Sani. Evan Michael Roy. Robin von Drasek. Owen William Topier. Joseph Davin Birmingham. And Moses Blake Oladell McRae. And can we just give a loud and wholehearted congratulations to the class of 2024?
Congratulations again to the class of 2024. Not gonna lie, this was a difficult one for me to write. Like many of you, over the past few months, there were moments I was so ready for this day to come. And others where I couldn't imagine it getting here. Truthfully, in the last couple of weeks, I've wanted everything to slow down so I could savor every moment, every beautiful sunset, every interaction with my colleagues, students, even those campus dogs. Some of you took 5 years to get here. Don't feel bad. Took me 7. But it is time. Time for each of us to go and grow, knowing we are all ready for what lies ahead, even if it is hard or uncomfortable. You are all ready. How do I know you're ready? Sometimes you just know, and it's kind of my job. But there's also a lot of evidence. You've led and participated in courageous conversations. You hiked Mount Katahdin, done thousands of hours of community service, gone on exchange to South Africa. You've won and lost MESAD championships. I do want to give a special shout out to all of you seniors who beat NYA. While Hebron is our Kents Hill biggest traditional rival, I grew up in Yarmouth, and so there's a special place in my heart for any team that beats NYA. So thank you for any of you who rang the bell after an NYA victory. You have started a new tradition with the Hebron chair game. You helped launch our first robotics team, participated in Model UN. You were part of Slow Listening on the Hill, the only Zoom boarding radio station in the school radio station. traveled to Costa Rica and Slidell, Louisiana. You welcome new students into your class every year. You asked hard questions of your teachers, classmates, administrators. You wrote papers, you took tests, you did group projects, which worked out better for some than others. You survived Winter Carnival, performed on stage and behind the scenes in some amazing performances. You went to approximately 30 classes a week, at least most of you did. You may have arrived a few minutes late or slept through a few, but by and large, you showed up. You drove all over New England for athletic contests, maybe with a few breakdowns, missed turns, or winter weather. One of our last teams playing brought home a New England knapsack championship, the boys tennis team, and we're hoping for more from our track and field group next weekend. You ate too much of Pauline's pizza. You always asked Sherry and the rest of the Sage crew how they were doing. You made mistakes, and you grew. You broke rules, but you also stepped in when someone went over the line. You are ready to fly. I believe in you. So, my charge to the class of 2024. As many of you know, over the past several years, I have been basing my graduation address around a book. I've used the book to tie to the class value and experience in grounding my talk. I'm sure some of you are slightly groaning. Can't believe we just finished high school and he's going to talk about and give us another book that we can't even return for cash. Well, yes, I am. Take it with you. This is, in my estimation, an easy read. I read it cover to cover this week. And it reminds us about life lessons that I will talk about. And as you think about your transitions, joining and building a new community beyond Kents Hill, you may find your own lessons in it as you think about your next community, whether it's college, junior hockey, or work. And I can say, even as a biology and environmental science major, I'm going to plug reading, as it is one of the most important habits you can build, if you haven't already, to be a compassionate human being. As Eli reminded us, your class value is compassion. So there's a little connection here. It makes sense that sitting 6 feet apart, probably wearing masks below your nose, you chose compassion. It was and still is what the world needs more of. Compassion is derived from the Latin meaning suffer with, which during COVID, we were definitely doing that. We were suffering with each other. However, compassion means more than to suffer together. It also means to recognize the suffering and feel compelled to act or relieve the suffering. It is about action, about doing something to improve the lives of others by looking outward, whether to help those you know well or others you may not know at all. Most importantly, you are compelled to act and help. You are in connection with others. It is not enough to think and feel. We must also act. So the book. I chose the book Wonder by R.J. Palacio. Some of you may have read the book. Others may have seen the movie. Wonder is the story of August Pullman, or Augie as he is called by his parents and friends. He's a 5th grader with a rare genetic condition, mandibulofacial dystosis, more commonly known as Treacher-Collins syndrome, which means that his face didn't form or develop correctly, and it is a little startling to people when they first see him. And the book is about his first year in real school, which happens to be middle school. You all may have blocked out middle school from your memories, but for most people it is pretty messy. Academically, socially, physically, you name it. It all happens in middle school. So my original plan was to share 7 lessons from my 7 years on the Hill. However, when I was rereading Wonder this week and came to the part about their middle school graduation, and Augie's best friend Jack sees the graduation program and says, quote, "Oh man, look at that program. We're going to be here all freaking day." I thought I would take note, and I don't want to keep you here all day, so I decided to cut it down to 4. Just because I took 7 years, most of you only took 4. So lesson 1, choose kindness. One of the most powerful and present messages in the book is about kindness. As one of Augie's teachers shares with the class, when given the choice of being right or being kind, always choose to be kind. We are all faced with these types of choices every day. And I actually prefer to think that doing the right thing is more often than not being kind. I'm sure each of you can recall moments where you chose to be kind. And there may have been some cost to you, maybe social cost or time cost, but a cost nonetheless. I'm also certain that many of you can recollect times where you chose to be unkind, or by not explicitly choosing an action, you were unkind by default. I hope that as each of you move on to your next stage, that you will choose kindness over popularity, kindness over exclusivity, kindness over personal gain. Our world has become too quick to judge, and judgment is often a barrier to compassion and kindness. I would also remind you it is important that you have compassion and kindness for yourselves. Lesson 2, choose friendship. In the beginning of Wonder, Augie doesn't have any friends, and the lunch table is a particularly difficult place for him, like it can be for many of us when we are new and hoping to just fit in. But he develops a small group of friends who care about him and like him for who he is and not how he looks. In the book, one of his friends shares, quote, "Some kids have actually come out and asked me why I hang out with the freaks so much. These are kids that don't even know him well. If they knew him, they wouldn't call him that." A first act of compassion that leads to a deeper friendship. It's not enough to just be friendly. You have to be a friend. Being honest, being friendly is a pretty good start. And as a person who has been accused of being unfriendly and having an unfriendly first impression because of my non-smiling RBF, I've worked hard to change that perception, because it's not how I want people to think of me. So start off being friendly, say hello, look people in the eye, and smile. In fact, this year, the best part of my day was when I was able to start sitting outside my office and greet students and employees as they went to class or work. Some early, some on time, and a few definitely a touch behind schedule. Lesson 3, choose curiosity. While wonder in the book is used in the noun form, wonder can also be a verb, synonymous with curiosity and being open to new experiences. No doubt, the author, who is a lot smarter than I am, chose wonder because of its multiple meanings. Those who were curious got to know Augie for who he was and not how he looked. In my 30-plus years of working in schools, one thing that I've learned is the importance of curiosity. I believe it is both an indicator or predictor of leadership potential and, in fact, an essential part of leadership. Far too many people want answers instead of understanding by asking questions. Far too many people think they know the answer. In my experience, the more certain and therefore less curious people are, the less I trust them. Curiosity can be related to your education, your friendships, your playtime. If you make a habit of approaching small moments and interactions with others with curiosity, pausing to really listen, that you will realize each person has a story, a perspective, a reason. Listen first, then respond with curiosity and inquiry. Approach everything with curiosity and an open mind, and seek to better understand the world and people around you, and for sure you will grow. We're getting there. Lesson 4, your deeds are your monuments. One of Augie's teachers shared with the class a monthly precept, or rules about really important things. one of the precepts that resonated with me was, "Your deeds are your monuments." As we all think about leaving the Hill, it is our deeds and actions for which we will be remembered. It won't be your grades, but what you did to earn those grades. It won't be the award you won, but your comportment that earned it for you. When you move on to your next community, it won't be about what you have done in the past, but you will be measured anew by your deeds and actions. How you show up, how you behave. Are you curious? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? This is ultimately how you will be measured. Just as you have been at Kent's Hill, I hope you are equally successful on the next part of your journey. As many of you know, I'm a soccer guy, and so if I didn't get a little soccer story in here, it wouldn't really work for me. It's one of my passions and one of the things that allows me to escape from my everyday challenges. Recently in the Premier League, we have said goodbye to a number of managers, one being the iconic and larger-than-life Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool manager. While he has lots of hardware and trophies, but no Maysad trophy, to show for his time, the overwhelming comments surrounding his departure were not about the trophies, but about his acts of humanity. How even in the mega business world of professional sports, he was judged by how he made his players feel, how he made the fans feel, and how he approached everything with humanity and humility. I'm not a Liverpool fan, but even for me it was emotional because I love leadership that is authentic and human-centered. I suspect we all want to leave a place knowing that our actions and interactions left a positive imprint on others. It is my hope for each of you that you will be worthy of that descriptor. Whether you're a scientist, an athlete, a CEO, a student, an electrician, whatever you do, you will do it to the best of your ability and with a full effort. But more importantly, you will be described by others as a good human being for your actions and deeds. Take a moment to reflect on those here who have been part of your growth, cultivating your compassion, friendship, curiosity, and action. There is a reason compassion was your class value. My charge to you, as it will be for myself, is to live compassionately in our next chapter. The Hill has prepared us well, and what drew me to Kent's Hill remains true today. It is a place where the character of students matters as much as the academics. It is a place where we believe in each other and the ability to change and grow. It's a little thing, but even I can change, and after 23 years of wearing Dansko clogs, I've upped my shoe game and moved on to Nikes. I hope some of you noticed my new Nikes that I got specifically for today's graduation. Oh, and thanks for breakfast. It was a touch early, but I couldn't have asked for a better way to start a beautiful day. Thank you, class of 2024, for everything you have given us and everything you have given me. Thank you for being you. You are each a wonder in your own special way. I wish you well until we meet again. You will be forever in my heart. As you depart and make your way down Alumni Path, please grab your copy of Wonder. I hope you will take time to read it. It is a pretty easy read, and hopefully you'll find one or two little nuggets that will help you to think about navigating your next steps more successfully. I look forward to seeing each of you again on the Hill, our home away from home. Congratulations, class of 2024. I would now ask Reverend Telly to come up and give us the benediction.
Which is thank you. class of 2024, as your classes have come to an end, may you continue to strive toward excellence in all you do. As the speeches conclude, may your voices rise up to promote justice and peace in the world. As the fanfare ceases, may you sing of joy even in dark and lonely places. As the applause quiets, may you celebrate and lift up those around you. As your graduation is complete, may your achievements produce transformation in your communities, and may you know the abundant blessings of the one from whom all good things come. Amen.
All right, graduates, time to get up. Like literally, time to get up. So now you can move your tassels from the right side to the left side to signify your graduation.
I know, man. I don't know how I did it this way. It's no college.